Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 5 of Chuckle Sluts, the number one place where you come for the sluts and stay for the chuckles. My name is Samuel Locke.
I'm Shannon Brunetti.
And I'm Zach Clapperidge.
Does that mean I'm the slut?
Yes.
And joining us as our special guest today, is Katy Ford. She is a super duper awesome famous TikToker who has amassed some 850,000 simps over
865,000.
It's like 80% simp. There's a lot of...
it's 50-50 right now.
Really?
It is. I'm real proud of that.
Oh, you got it's those dramatic DM readings. You got the girls hating on the other boys.
And the makeup, hello.
Yeah, I mean...
Your makeup is
either way, you're killing it. Sorry.
But yes, we're here to entertain you for the next hour and a half or so. And the first thing we're going to talk about, obviously, is the world, though. And I'm going to go ahead and start this one off because I found a really fun one. Michelob Ultra, beer. This is a beer story. And Michelob Ultra offers $50,000 to explore national parks and drink beer. That's the whole job. You just, across America for a year, you go in an RV and you drink beer. That's it.
Wait.
Do I have to drink Michelob, though? Like, could I drink something else?
Cares? That's amazing.
It's kind
How
of
do
awesome.
I sign up?
You can actually still sign up. Sign-ups are till the 30th.
I don't have my phone on me. Fuck.
Oh, if only you were me.
Email me that. Would you text me that?
That sounds awesome.
You can come with me. It'll be so
I can't
cute.
drink beer.
We'll see.
Maybe there's like a Michelob wine you can kind of partake in. Maybe that's a
Michelob Ultra. There's barely any beer in it. It's like if a drunk guy spit into some water.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what Michelob Ultra is. You'll be
Why
fine.
would I want to drink that, though?
Well, there goes our possible
Because you
sponsorship.
love me.
There goes
And
our
sponsorship.
I can just see it now. Michelob Ultra, the home of Hobo spit.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, it's like
no.
Appalachian Hobo.
It's where hobos have a home.
That's
See,
perfect.
Come
This
home,
is-
hobos.
This is what happens when we don't shoot an episode in 2 weeks. We just explode all
Also,
over
be careful saying home hobos because it sounds like it's like gay hobos. Home hobos.
But I'm from hobo. Like, I can
Which
say hobo in
is
any
funny,
form.
objectively. Like,
I mean,
Hobo.
the wording is funny. Yes. I don't have anything beyond that.
I mean, no, that was just it. Like, it was just like an interesting. I've never put those two words together, and it's like home hobos,
Homo,
which
hobo.
is
Homo,
just a
hobo.
brand.
So like a hobosexual, is that how that would be?
Oh, is that what my followers are called?
Homosexuals?
Homosexuals.
Dude, there you go. You have a name for
I
your
call them my freckles,
Sims.
but that's kind of funny.
Yes, that's it. That's the Simps. The freckled hobo Simps are homosexuals.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now I feel different.
But yes, so part of this story is they're seeking a chief exploration officer, or CEO for short. And you travels for 6 months. You go to all these national parks and you drink beer and you blog or something. I mean, this isn't the first time this has been done before. I mean, there's a lot of companies who do this. I think it's really cool, even if it is hobo spit to drink, but I could think of worse things in COVID. But yeah, that's my the world though today.
Sure, I've done worse for a good time.
All right, I think I'm going to go next. Mine's not as
Good.
funny as, I guess, trying to decide what Michelob tastes like. But they actually found signs of life on Venus, a planet.
Really?
So
God.
not like intelligent life or not, but they found like
No, it's all female for sure.
oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, they found like certain types of gas that shows like signs of like life on Venus. And I was thinking about it, like, like the surface of Venus is like super hospitable, and like Bespar in like Star Wars. In the future, distant future, we could have like floating cities and shit up there if it's like somehow able to foster life there. So I was like, cool. Maybe I won't be alive, but maybe some other time in the future, humanity can get the fuck off this planet and just go plan B, bitches.
Yeah, but only females are going to be allowed to live on that planet.
Yes. Only it's
Is
going
that
to be
a
a
bad thing,
matriarchal
though?
society, like in
Why
that
do
Rick
you
and
keep
Morty
saying
episode.
Venus for women.
I don't
Girls
know.
come from
This is just Venus.
like
Boys go to
thing.
Venus to get a bigger penis. Girls go to Mars to get more candy bars.
that's the
That's-
opposite of the way normal people hear
No
it.
one knew this?
That's
I
the
didn't know.
opposite.
It's
No.
I'm out. No.
No, like Venus is it's a female planet. Like a little
It's
Venus is named after
either a
female
razor
god.
brand or a kid's school ride.
The reason there's
Roman
a
goddess
female
of love.
razor brand
Roman
of
god
Venus,
of war
Venus is
for
because it is a
more.
feminine god. Either way, one thing interesting about that is, did you hear that Russia claimed it? Russia was like, "Yo, Venus be ours." Like,
First of all, Russia needs to fuck all the way off.
no, Russia's went hard. Russia's like, "Yo, Venus is like, no matter what, America, no, we take it, it's ours," and it was hilarious.
It's like
But
they licked it. It is ours.
they did no
It's
100%. What I find hysterical is that the
Actually,
next space race. Is,
there's a very real story about something very similar but different, where Vladimir Putin legitimately took a football player's Super Bowl ring, one of the Patriots actually. Like, he straight up said, "Hey, can I see this?" And he's like, "I guess, sure, here you
I've
go."
heard this story.
And he's like, "Oh, nice ring, I take it."
This is mine now. I take this. Yeah.
No, the funny thing is the way he set it up. I think it's the funniest thing where he just literally goes, "Oh, nice," puts it in his pocket, and then says nothing else, totally casual. The guy's just like,
That's my ring.
I mean,
well, you can't ask for it back because it's fucking Putin. He'll poison you.
can you imagine his glad? I mean, so we as Americans know him as the leader of Russia, and post-Soviet Russia who's taken over. But I mean, keep in mind, he was pre Soviet Union involved. He was in KGB. He is a Kremlin or he is a dark man. He is worth an estimated $1.5 trillion.
He's the richest.
This
man
is
in
a
the world.
man who, if he snaps his fingers, he could kill everyone in the room. Because anyone will do what he says. Can you imagine having that weight? Can you imagine that dude could have a 1-inch dick, but throw a 1-mile dick. That's the craziest thing. Because he can do whatever he wants, and no one will say no to him.
I mean, with that kind of money, a 1-inch penis isn't going to matter because he could just I don't know, pay for a 10-inch penis as a result. He has the money. There is technology there. But yeah, oh, go ahead.
Either way, sorry. We can move on from,
Trying
Russia.
to imagine Putin's unit. That's just not something I.
PP.
Putin's
I mean,
PP.
he's 5'5". The unit can't be great.
So he's just got this
First of all, I'm probably gonna get murdered right now. A
We're
nuke is gonna hit
all
my
have targets
building.
on our backs now.
Here's the thing. The way I look at Putin, he's either one thing or the other. He's either got incel PP or he's got Chad PP. It's one of the two. There's no in between.
I'm gonna choke on my margarita. Holy shit!
First of all, Chad PP
Yeah.
is the silliest way to describe a long
I
dong
give it
I've
a
ever heard.
6.
Give it a 6.
First of all, in camera, that looks like a seashell.
Lols.
I give it an 8.
All right, Katie, what's your that world though?
Oh, I learned something funny today. I learned about there's researchers who are developing a simple method to basically 3D print milk products at room temperature and still have all of their chemical balances.
Mama
Wait,
needs her milk.
So-
cheese?
Mama needs to milk.
So we're talking about 3D printing milk, cheese.
Milk, yeah. It says literally says
dairy.
milk products, 3D printing milk products without having to they maintain the temperature and it's not you can consume it.
How do you 3D print milk? It's
They're
one
using
thing.
milk and
It's
almonds.
the same way they're doing organs. So I mean, scientifically it does make sense because milk is just a collection of amino acids. It's a amino acids bound together by a lactose bonder. It's a simple thing. Like milk is a simple byproduct of the human body, and if they can make organs, they've 3D printed fucking hearts.
You
They
made a
can
cow
make
body?
It's just it's just weird to me because it's one thing to 3D print a solid. This makes sense.
Yeah.
But to legit 3D print liquid.
What's funny is imagine the little the little doodad that's making the thing, and it's just
But not even even just like a liquid,
Just like
but a
pissing
drinkable
out
liquid.
milk.
A nutritional drinkable liquid. Like,
That's
Also, like,
cool.
I'm
No, I love it.
equivocating like their science to like the 3D printer I know, which is a false
it's a
equivocation.
funny, yeah. I mean,
But that's really funny.
So would that make it like a 3D hose, basically, instead of a 3D
oh,
printer?
that is really brilliant. Yeah.
oh no. Next is boobs.
But first of all, 3D hose. We've had those for a long time.
Lols.
Just play The Witcher 3. There's a lot of those in there.
Oh my god, so many Witcher hose.
Oh, dude. I like. Side note on Bethesda being bought out. I don't know how I feel about that yet. That's a thing. I mean, I'm the hugest Fallout fan in the history of ever. Like, I wanted that Pit-Boy that they sold for Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 so bad. Like, I almost like ended up buying it for like $300, like an asshole.
I got one for my old roommate. I legitimately bought like the Armheld Pit-Boy for Grace, who used to live with in Nashville.
Nice. Do you have a?
That's the only reason I was invited to their wedding.
Do you have a DeWorldo, Mr. Zach?
I do. I'll keep it concise. So I recently learned, speaking throwback to bananas, I found out that bananas and oranges are all lies. So because of all like GMOs, naturally progression of like the way we make and crop these things. One, natural oranges are not traditionally like bright orange. When you find them in stores, they're basically like flash frozen and or dyed to become orange. Normally oranges are green, much like limes, which is blows my mind. But bananas specifically, the weirdest thing is like, so the banana flavor that everyone hates, like a Runts banana flavor, that banana flavor has been the same flavor since like the 1950s or some shit.
True.
Because that's what bananas used to taste like. But bananas don't taste like that anymore because of the way we've changed them. Bananas now are much less sweet and much more approachable. But bananas used to have a strange flavor, much like the flavor that we artificially put into candy, which is weird. And bananas used to suck. They were much smaller. They were a little weirder. They sucked. And now bananas are awesome. And they taste so much better. They're much more approachable. But the old flavor is an ancient thing that we have literally wiped out of the genome because, you know, humans.
Well, no, part of it was actually from a virus. We used to have those bananas, and then a virus wiped those all out. So we're like, okay, I guess we're going to eat this other kind of... Yeah, we'll eat this other banana that's slightly different. And and even now those have the same virus and they're starting to phase out too. So they're trying to figure out what the hell to replace the next banana with. Yes.
So you're aware of this. You're aware of the banana flavor.
I probably know more about bananas than the average person, and there's no legitimate reason for that.
I recently learned in this nana knowledge.
An ongoing banana pandemic that's wiping out our bananas as we speak.
It's a banandemic.
Banandemic.
Bananademic.
Banandemic is hard to say, but figure your shit out, Sam.
Right. I'm just writing down topics. Okay, cool. So I want to jump into our next segment called Randonauts. So this is a new segment that we're kind of playing with, and this is kind of like the random notes and thoughts that we come up with every day, like bananas, for example, and how that went a little too long. But
there it is. Stop. You just gotta let it. There it is.
We went fuzzy.
Sorry, we got real.
Like I guess my random thought for today, I think a lot about the guy who discovered like the first dinosaur, like in the ground. Like how fucking absolutely terrified was that guy? Like just like it's the 1800s and he just pulls up a T-Rex skull and he's just like, what the act? And it was in Africa, right? So, you know, not exactly explored. So you see this massive like T-Rex head and you're like, holy shit, what is in this forest? You know, like I think about this. I think about this a lot because it's like how many days was he just like, what the fuck is this thing? Well, like he's just like scared for his life in this area because there's this massive, like bigger than him skull just noshing around, you know?
I mean, that and how did they have the audacity to tell them what colors they are? We still technically don't know what color dinosaurs are.
Also, like we've recently learned that a lot of dinosaurs were mostly aquatic and/or we're kind of
That makes
bitchy,
sense.
feathered, like afraid little things. No, really, like we recently learned that velociraptors like have the IQ of like a chicken. Like they were very dumb. Also, hold on, I gotta put my fucking dog down. Milton is painting. 2 seconds.
Yep. So yeah, no, like I think a lot, and the thing is, it's not like he's gonna solve this issue for a while. Like he's got to bring in a fucking team. Like he's gonna have bodyguards. He's gonna have like a whole ass army there trying to protect him from this thing that they don't know what it is. And then finally, it must have taken years for someone to go, hey, you know what? That's a dinosaur and it's extinct. Like, could you imagine how freaked out these people must have been on this archaeology thing? The first one, like,
well,
looking around,
it wasn't archaeology at first. Like, you know that. I mean, imagine like finding it. Like, imagine finding like a skull. Like so hypothetically, like dude just literally pulls up like a fucking the size of like a normal cooler, like a skull of a T-Rex, and dude pulls it up, and like his first thought is like, fuck, like lions got huge. Like, you don't imagine there's dinosaurs. Like archaeology is a fairly new thing.
I feel like
We got
back
a
in the
dog thing again. Just a second.
no worries.
Milton, you're the goddamn worst.
What you got, Shannon?
I feel like back in the day, at least, like just one more comment about like the dinosaurs. You know, they have all these stories about like dragons and dragon bones, like back even earlier than the 1800s. So maybe people thought like dinosaur bones, they found them before and they just never logged them. And they're like, here there be dragons type of stuff.
Aye.
They're like, we don't know what this is. It looks like a dragon skull. I don't know what this is. And maybe that's how dragons came about. And, you know.
Oh, it's like primitive cultures found things they couldn't understand and
So they,
created
like,
mythologies about it.
yeah.
But now in America and in the rest of the world, people who created pantheons about based on like a primitive belief that they didn't understand back in the past, but now we fucking get it.
Breathe.
It's kind of like religion is based on old school people not understanding what's going on.
Yeah, that's like our entire world is shaped off of these ideas that people in the past didn't understand how the world worked, and you know, we're paying for it.
And
What a concept.
Side note fact before we move to the next random here. One thing I really fucking love in terms of story is Steven Spielberg when he did Jurassic Park, because they found out how a T-Rex walks based on a chicken. Basically, they found out that the chicken is actually a cousin of the T-Rex, and the way they did this is actually through the CGI. Like they were plugging everything in, and they were watching it walk. And one of the people who was working on it says that they walk like a chicken, and they're like, "How do you know that?" It's like, "I own chickens. This thing is walking like a chicken," and they actually found out through the CGI that their closest cousin is the chicken, and I think that's kind of crazy.
Basically, if we want to make more scientific discoveries, we should just make more movies.
Yeah, obviously that's
Exactly.
that's really the only
equals scientific progression.
Yeah.
that's the only way to do it. That's the scientific method. Just throw some money and some
Done.
cameras at it.
I mean,
100%.
All right,
I'm gonna take the next one.
go for it.
So I
Yeah.
also sometimes think so. I cook a lot. There's a lot of things that I cook that people who are as pale as I am probably wouldn't cook, like bitter melon and like other things that are like, you know, people typically are like, why would you eat that? Like bitter melon is one of the most
spicy.
or like spicy food, or like bitter melon is just like super bitter. It's just like literally just the essence of like bitter flavor. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, all right, I know how humans decided to start eating things, but the real question is why? Why do we do this to ourselves? I know some things like you eat things that are good for you, but they also taste like shit, like wheatgrass juice. Like some people just take shots of that and they're like, it's good for you. But I'm like, okay, but why though? Like our evolving is like we eat spicy food. Like the thing that the fucking plant decides to evolve to deter pretty much everything else from eating it except for humans. Why do we do this?
I can actually answer.
I think, oh my God. I know you're going to say, I know what you're going to say because I know I've read the same article as you.
No,
and I'm so excited about it.
It's actually not an article. It's from personal experience. So for those who don't know,
well, I know some science.
It's no, I'm a vegetarian, and it's been 5 whole episodes, and I haven't had to mention. But But as a vegetarian, one of the things I noticed as I made this transition over the year, I've been since January, is that meat tastes like shit now. Absolute fucking garbage. I cannot eat meat at all.
Speak for
None.
yourself.
No. Here's the thing. I can eat fish. I cannot eat meat, and the reason being is because my taste buds ended up changing as a result. And I think a lot of these ingredients and all this other bullshit like glucose da-da-da-das, it's changing our palate to where not only do we want this stuff more, but we want the healthy stuff less as a result. And because it makes the healthy stuff taste like shit as a result. And so I think that's the real reason why that is. Why does this healthy thing taste good or bad, but this thing tastes good? So, I mean, that's my theory on it. But what do you got, Mr. Science? What do you got?
Mean, so you went a little deeper into like some forks over knife stuff, which I'm not going to debate or argue because like I have no say. We're omnivores. I think people were born to eat everything, but it doesn't matter. I don't fucking care who eats what. But I do know that it is interesting about spices specifically that that in tropical regions, like in hotter regions, like it is, and typically this makes sense. Like if you imagine, like say like if you get a Jamaican meal, it's typically spicy. It's like right on the equator, it's normal. If you get a meal from Poland, yeah, I told you about this. In Poland, typically not very spicy. Like that's why in like Korea, there's like, they put up signs, which are my favorite signs, where it's like hot, spicy, super spicy, not spicy, white. Like on the bottom, it just says white. Because like typically like in the north people don't need spices, and that is because that spices, because they are like the capsaicin oil that comes in it, which makes heat, is antibacterial. It actually keeps fruit and meat and vegetables lasting longer because it kills microbes. So typically in the tropical regions, they use spicy things that were typically made to be a defense mechanism by plants, obviously, to make people not eat them. But we use them to keep our food staying fresh. So in like tropical regions, it's always spicy. In the north, it's never spicy. And that's really funny, is the fact that like, it's like, yeah, white people can't handle fucking heat because if you're born in goddamn Norway, it's always cold and you don't need any goddamn jalapenos on your food to keep your meat fresh.
Sure,
so
I mean, that's the whole thing.
Refridge. And I'm just saying this is an interesting article I read about why spices in like the equatorial region are more prevalent rather than in the north or south in colder regions.
And thank you. You have tuned in to the educational podcast of
right?
Nutritionist.
Are we teachers?
You pescatarian asshole. Get out of here. I don't give it. I'm just giving you some information that sounds interesting. Whatever. I'm out. Peace.
Well, let me put on my NPR voice. This is Samuel Locke, and you're listening to...
Hey, that is good information. Shut up. It's cool. That is some shit that someone could say at a party and be interesting. So shut it.
Said no
Would
one...
they get laid?
Yeah, you get laid by a girl who likes spicy shit? Because right after you'll be like, hey, do you want to hear what happens after that conversation? I made you some gangster-ass jambalaya. Also, come hang out. Whatever.
Who are you doing
You
this to?
love my jambalaya.
I do, but
This is going off the rails so quickly. Hey, Katie, what do you got for our Rando Not series here?
God, the only thing I've thought of in the last 24 hours, because I handle a lot of money, and my thought is, I'm going to catch corona because I keep touching money because I'm just a bud tender, so I'm like touching all the money all the time, and I'm like, I'm going to get corona. And then I was like, you know what? If I get corona, then every stripper is going to get corona because every dollar bill has definitely belonged to a stripper at one point in their life.
So what you're saying is that strippers are super spreaders.
For sure. Why do you think they shut that shit down?
But they didn't. They do touchless stripping now. They do it.
That's what stripping is supposed to be. They're putting it back to square one.
Well, I'm surprised no one caught on to the double entendre of strippers are super spreaders. No one said a thing.
Grammar's hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna skip you, Zach, because you went into this whole ass thing.
Please, sorry. Never mind. Whiskey. So like, as I usually say, just push me away.
That's my fault. You know, next time I'll just cover his mouth.
Also, can't even see your face on this podcast.
I
To
know,
see
like,
half your face.
You gotta like.
Phantom of the Opera over here, like.
No.
Okay.
Wait.
So we're gonna move into the next segment before we get into some other educational off trails, and we're gonna play video games in real life.
I love it.
And this episode is brought to you by Puzzle Games. Yes, we are. So the way this works, for those who are just tuning in and never heard our show before, video games in real life is basically talking about our world if it had the same rules as a genre of choice. And our genre of choice this week is puzzle games. Oh my goodness. I thought a lot about this because I was like, what would really fuck with the world? And I feel like puzzle games would be the worst.
No, but what kind of puzzle games?
Like just any, whether it's Portal, Bejeweled, I don't give a shit. Myst, like there's 1,000 ways. There's 1,000 puzzle
It can be a phone
games
game.
to kind of.
Like,
Yeah.
Just any.
Can it
any
be like a
puzzle
TV game that's kind of like a phone game?
A TV
Like
game?
a show? Like I really want to say Legend of the Hidden Temple because I think that would be cool in real life. I know it's
Technically,
not a
yes.
video game, but it's a game.
It's a puzzle game, I guess.
It's a puzzle game, especially the very last part.
What about the certain levels of Legend of Zelda? Like,
Legend of Zelda is definitely a puzzle game.
Here's the thing. This world would probably annoy me more than the multiplayer universe. And the reason being is because, first off, for those who don't know, I really dislike puzzle games. There's only
I do too.
There's only very few that I actually like. Portal is one of them. And I think to myself, like, just everything would be such a fucking hassle. Getting out of my room, find the key. Okay, this takes me 2 hours. Fucking go out and cook. Oh, I can't find the ingredients. They're somewhere scattered around the rest of the house. Great. There's another. Like, it would take me like 9-10 hours just to get out of the fucking house to start my day. Like,
oh, it's nighttime. Time to go back inside. Another puzzle.
Seriously, like, it would just be such an impediment to my life as a whole.
Well, tell me, you go first, Sam. What is your life like inside a puzzle game? Like you're trapped in Myst. No, I want to hear. Like you're trapped in Myst. If you remember that, you're old enough to know Myst.
Thank you.
Rude.
Thanks, ass.
I mean, do you know what Myst is, Katy?
I do know Myst.
Okay, so you're not old enough to know what Myst is. Sam, you know what Myst is.
I do. I'm old enough for this thing.
It's emotionally old enough.
Like, honestly, I don't think I would make it farther than my car because I wouldn't have my keys, and my keys are.
So you just quit.
Like, honestly, my life would just be ordering food. It would just be ordering like DoorDash all the time, never going or doing anything. But even then, once I get my food, I have to open it somehow. There's a code on it, and I have to like figure it out on the receipt, which is its own puzzle. Like everything would be turned into a puzzle, and I would hate it so much.
Are you just nervous that like you would have to complete tasks, and each of your tasks would be a puzzle you have to do?
I am too fucking dumb to live in a puzzle universe. I would commit suicide if the murder weapon wasn't in a safe that I had to figure the fuck out.
What about you, Shannon? What's your life like in a puzzle game? Also, are we blurry to you all?
Yes.
Yes, I can't.
We have a really good webcam.
It's so good, but it's being such a
there it is.
Hey, there it is.
Just stay in frame.
It's my fault. This is quite the puzzle. I don't think I fucking did it.
See, it's already starting.
It's already started.
Like
it's already fucked up.
Anyway,
universe.
Shannon, you're up. What's your life like?
Oh God. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to do this either. I have to be in the right mood for the puzzle games. Like Legend of Zelda is great because there's like a mix of action and puzzles, but it was just purely just puzzle. I would probably like side with Sam. Like I'd be trying to get out any way possible, but it would just be like unlocking the next puzzle. And then like it would just be hell. I feel like puzzle games in real life would be the bad place. I feel like that's where I'd go if I died. And it was really shit. You know, it's the bad place, man. Because like you're trying to off yourself. And like Sam said, it's probably in a safe somewhere. And then when you get to the safe, there's another fucking puzzle. There's one puzzle after the next, and it never ends until you keel over and die of natural causes because nothing's going to kill you because there's a puzzle.
So basically, hell is an escape room for you.
Yes.
Hell is
an escape room full of my exes.
You know who we're not going to get sponsored by?
Probably not 60 out.
I'm never done escape rooms, but yeah, no.
Actually, I used to work at one. I was a game master at one,
I'm
and
aware of this, and that's
it
hilarious.
is more fun than it needs to be. I will tell you, like watching people just be dumb and like you will never see human nature be human nature as much as people in an escape room. And I will say everyone is a fucking asshole. Everyone is freaking out. I even caught people trying to have sex on a bed in the thing. Like so many stories. I only worked there like 2 months, and I have so
Ew.
many stories.
It's amazing.
But that's
I
not
mean,
what,
but it doesn't make sense. Like that's one of those things where like if you put people in crisis, you'll see them at like who they truly are. And while escape rooms are not crisis, the human psyche is very easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
And if you make people feel like they're in crisis, you'll immediately see who's a coward, who's actually a leader, like who's a scumbag, like who's gonna stab you in your fucking eye when you're not looking. Like
and to put this in perspective, I would say I went through about 3 breakups a week. I shit you not. There was at least 3 people a week. They would come out to the main room. The girl looks pissed. The dude looks pissed. They're both pissed at each other. And then one is coming home in an Uber. Like
it's like you
a
worked at
total
IKEA.
thing. It's like it's fun IKEA.
Yeah, I mean, there's no place that breaks more couples up than IKEA.
We did fine.
We did all right. I yelled at you at least twice. It didn't go well.
I was picking out curtain colors and they didn't look right.
Plus you
I
have to
get
build.
it.
Plus you have to build the curtains yourself. You know, it's just a whole.
Anyway,
It's true.
Katy, what about you? What about in the puzzle world? Teach me your ways.
I hate puzzles. I hissed at a puzzle that came across my Instagram today because I don't like puzzles. No, it'd be the worst. It'd be the worst. I had a thought, and then we went so long in the conversation that it just pushed away.
So basically, the long and short is nobody wants to live in a puzzle universe. Everyone would commit suicide if there wasn't a puzzle to do that.
No, absolutely not. I haven't gone yet. Are you kidding
no,
me?
stop. Don't be
wow.
the 1%.
Have you played Myst? Are you kidding me? I
gonna-
get to stay in a world where there's no people. I just get to be smart, figure out fucking riddles, wander around. I get to survive. There's food. There's no danger. There's everything I want. There's all the things I need. And all I have to do is like solve stuff and just be alone. That is my dream. That's my whole dream. It's everything I love. Except for you.
Where the
I would,
fuck am
I wish you would be like the prize.
So I'm just chilling at the end for your entire lifespan until you
So-
finally win the game?
I'm fast. I'm real quick. I'm very
That's
good
a
at
short
games.
life.
No,
Hey,
I'm
I feel like
so
that's
good
not
at
a
games.
good thing to brag about.
Hey Zach,
being fast.
if you want to borrow my shovel, it's in the backyard.
Yeah, I got a couple.
What puzzle is that? What?
But I mean, so aside from the hilarious jokes about me having a girlfriend, I think honestly it's amazing. Like, I love this girl and I'm gonna be with her because I don't live in Myst and because I live in the real world. But if I were like a video game character, the video game I would want to be in is that. Like, I'm not gonna get murdered. I'm gonna do shit like the Talos.
No, but you're about to get murdered tonight.
I know I might not make it for sure. But I mean, I was just getting the point across. Like, I do like that. I love puzzle games. And I think the part of it I love is the isolation. I like the idea of just like, it is you. It is your brain. It is the ability to survive based on nothing except your intellect and your ability to be creative.
I feel
And
like
I like that.
I feel like this should have been like a hills that we die on thing. So
Maybe.
we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna play another segment new game because we like doing new stuff here on this show called Ship It. And what this show is about, it is basically taking any character, fictional, non-fictional, living or dead, and shipping them with a counterpart. So if you wanted to marry, Robin Williams to, I don't know, Tia Leone, you can totally do that if you wish. But you have to explain the reasons why. That's the kicker. And Shannon got really excited about this idea, so I think I want to start her off on this one.
Oh my god. Okay, with zero prep. Okay. This would be like off of the top of my fucking head. Frida Kahlo and Abraham Lincoln.
Who? What?
Frida Kahlo and Abraham Lincoln.
Ah.
Frida Kahlo and Abraham Lincoln.
Who is Frida Kahlo for people who are dumb like me?
Frida Kahlo is one of the great artists. She's a Latinx
Incredible
artist.
cultural icon.
An incredible cultural icon. She did amazing paintings. She was mostly well known for her self-portrait with the she was well known for her unibrow. She was also a hella gay icon now in 2020. She might, I don't think she was, but or at least presented back in the day. But everyone
She's for sure a part of pop culture now.
Yeah, she's part of pop culture.
That brow though.
The brow and like the strong like feminist movement stuff. But I feel like I don't know, I just was spitballing here. I don't know if she and Abe would actually work it out very well, but I feel like they're both like really, you know, were progressive for their times and be able to talk things out together. And maybe she would have been able to, like, if she time traveled back to the 1800s or whatever, like with Abe, maybe she could have like changed this country for the better. I'm just like now in my mind, like time traveling Frida Kahlo, like
She would have whipped Abe a little bit into shape. Because keep in mind, like, Lincoln is always lauded for, like, his progressive policies. But he was also a politician.
Progressive enough.
Yeah, like, he was a politician. Like, he did what he had to do.
Yeah.
And I think he probably had a good heart. I mean, we can't know. We weren't there. But
it's like hundreds of years now.
like, even, like, the emancipation and everything, like, it was a political thing he did. But I bet if fucking Frida were there to crack a little whip, like, I feel like she would have owned him. Like, I feel like Lincoln would have been her sub. And the world would have been better if there was, like, a Dom Frida in charge. Like, that would have been nice. Like, the voice behind just killing it. Just, like, projecting actual human rights through, like, this, like, megaphone of this tall-ass bitch in a 10-gallon hat.
It's the voice inside the hat.
Exactly. And yeah, at the time, I think that would have worked great.
Let's see. If I had to go with anyone living, dead, otherwise fictional, seeing as how we were talking about presidents, it gave me an idea. And Ron Swanson and Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh my god, I feel like they would brush each other's mustaches in bed. Oh, they would like get each other combs every Christmas, and they would be like perfectly barbed, and they would just sit there and
and Ron Swanson's gift would be it would be a wooden comb that he made himself.
Yes.
Like because I'm watching Park and Rec for the first time now. Actually,
so great.
I'm actually on the last season right now, and I don't spoil anything. I'm still on it. Like I just started it, but. Yeah, no, Ron Swanson and Theodore Roosevelt, I was just like, that would be the perfect bromance, honestly. Like, I could just see them fighting each other and then having sex with each other. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
They get real hot and real steamy.
There's just sweat all over their mustaches.
And then they would rest it out slowly.
Two total bear-type dudes just going at it, you know?
Yes. But not saying a word.
People talk about an OnlyFans. People would watch that.
It's two burly men going out.
My goodness.
What
about you? What do you got over there on the other side of the field?
Can mine be a cartoon?
Yes, It can be anyone, anywhere, at any time.
I finally thought of one, and I thought of it, and it made me laugh only because I think it would only work for a short amount of time. But I would ship Charmy from Black Clover with the gingerbread cookie man from Shrek.
Oh my, that is so specific.
She would love him so much, but I don't know how long he would last. But like in bed.
He's a cookie.
He's a cookie that would eat her cookie.
Yeah.
He would technically crumble over time for very obvious reasons.
Crumble at the knees.
Why did I decide to do this?
My prince of provisions.
This is your fault.
My prince of provisions.
My prince of provisions.
We're never doing this again.
I broke it. What would you do, my love? Would it be you and me?
I'm not gonna lie. I wrote something down, and I can't completely remember. because my original thought was divorce people who had been together. I was gonna say Typhoid Mary and Bob's Burgers.
A Belcher?
Burgers?
Bob Belcher, which is funny because Typhoid Mary is so funny because she just wanted to make stuff and she didn't care. She didn't wash her hands and she was terrible. And Bob Belcher does not give a shit about the health department. But they both just wanted to make delicious things, and shipping them
But what
would have
about
potentially
Linda?
created the apocalypse, because Bob's Burgers it's Bob. He makes the most amazing and cleverly named burgers in the world, and Typhoid Mary did whatever.
You know, fun fact, side note on that, there's actually a cookbook for all the Bob's burgers.
Oh, we
I
have
have
that.
it.
We have it.
I
Yeah?
made those.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
Bob is always on my mind.
Also, last
Burgers are always in my mouth.
And then
That's-
I recently watched the drunk history about Typhoid Mary, about her making ice cream and pooping and not wiping her.
Can we not?
I mean, it's what? You got a problem with pooping?
You
better
have
get
a
your shit
problem with
together.
poop.
I do.
I just don't want to think about shitty ice cream. That just sounds.
Don't
Yeah,
watch
like
the Typhoid Mary.
pistachio.
His drunk history. It's terrifying.
Also, another side note on this, and not a lot of people talk about this. Like Bob Belcher's like low key like a bisexual icon, and nobody,
Oh yes.
no one
Yes.
talks about it.
I
No one
talk about
talks
it. I think about it
Is he
daily.
really?
Yeah, no, he's had
That
multiple.
mustache.
He has had multiple episodes where he's been like low key hit on by like other dudes, and he's like, "Well, it really wouldn't work out because of Linda, and I'm working the shop."
Linda.
Like he like totally just kind of goes into this like tangent where he totally would be down
If he
But
wasn't
then, like-
married.
if he wasn't
I
married.
mean, doesn't he? Was he in San Francisco?
No, he's in Jersey.
I think
Is it in
so. I
Jersey?
think it's
Boston?
something.
It's West Coast.
Jersey.
No, he's East
East
Coast.
Oh, it's East Coast? Never mind. I was going to say if it's West Coast, who cares?
It's like-
it's gender. Like, nothing matters
Anything
here.
goes in the West Coast.
It's either Jersey or Boston. Like it's up in that eastern area.
Actually, yeah, no, that makes sense. If he were in
Oh,
San Francisco, though, I'd be
Bobby.
like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, Bob made me the happiest girl in the world.
All right, that was I don't ever want to do this again, but we'll probably do it next week.
I love it.
So what we're gonna move on, and we're actually gonna move on to Katy. Hello, Katy.
Hi.
Katy, I'm gonna need Zach to shut up for a second.
Oh, finally.
So Katy is our special guest today, one of hopefully several thousands we'll get over the course of the show. And honestly, Katy, I feel like I have so many questions for you and no questions for you, but
It's cool. It's my life.
I guess my first question is your life. How did the TikTok life get to you?
I was like, how'd your life go? How'd you get there? I don't know. TikTok, honestly, as most millennials, I downloaded it as a joke and used it because I really wanted to put a video me and my friends made after watching Captain America in the movie theater to the Avengers sound.
Just an intro. How are you on TikTok? We haven't talked about. You haven't like introed your TikTok.
What?
What?
Yeah, we did, kind of.
No, we did. Like in the very beginning, I said like Katy Ford,
I
850,000
know it wasn't about
Sims.
you, but it definitely happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So for those like Zach who weren't paying attention in the beginning, this is Katy Ford. She's amassed 100,000 simps over the course of TikTok life in a very short amount of time, from what I hear. And so we're just kind of talking about like how that happened, and yeah. So it
As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I'll just start like this. I am Freckled Hobo on TikTok. I'm currently at 865,000 and growing. I'm hoping to get the blue check by the end of the year. It is my goal. I started as a joke, and now I'm here. And there's not much to it besides I just keep posting videos, and some people think I'm funny, and other people follow me for my butt. And that's really it.
okay. So lately, specifically lately, there's been a lot of bullshit politically about TikTok. Like so much, like it doesn't even deserve the amount of attention it's getting, but because it is what it is. How do you respond to the back and forth between our current political climate and the work that you do on TikTok?
I make TikToks.
Okay, let me rephrase that question. how much have you been freaking out over the prospect of potentially losing TikTok as a thing, or are you worried about it?
I wrote a song about it, not lying. I wrote a song because I was like, man, this is like the only place I felt like I have a voice. And it's a really great app where like, not only can you just waste time, but I'm learning so much, so many special and intricate small things. Like Zach has found a lot of cool recipes on there. I've actually connected with people and met them through like the Snickle and the
we flew somebody across the country.
We flew a TikToker to my friend's house in Arizona just because we could. It was weird, but like I'll be sad. I'll be really sad if it goes away, and I really hope it doesn't. But I do know that they can't technically delete it, so I hope everyone just needs to download it. Just download it so it doesn't go out of your phone.
Yeah, no, the thing is, what they're doing now is you can keep it on the phone. They will not update it. You're not allowed to re-download it. If you decide, I don't want to do this anymore, it's gone away. Not necessarily forever, but until someone gets some common fucking
Judge
sense.
also shut that down yesterday. Like, it's not, the federal judge shut down the actual ban yesterday.
Oh, great.
For now.
Okay.
Like,
but I mean, we'll see.
You can't like tromp on our freaking constitutional rights like that. Like,
it's also, I mean, like, what does freedom mean anymore?
The biggest.
We don't live in a free country.
The biggest reason they're doing it is because it's. I mean, there's no problem with it. It's because it's China.
I know.
They're doing it. They did it with Huawei. They're trying to do it with TikTok. It's like, dude, they're a global power. You need to get fucking used to the idea of having some type of like competition in the tech world. Get over it. That's what it's really all about.
The funniest thing is with like the data like argument is they're like, China's taking your data, and it's like, bitch, do you have a Facebook? America has everything. Literally every app you have steals every bit of data you can. Like, you're worried about TikTok. These are children dancing and millennials talking about interesting things. That's all it is. And if that's what you're worried about, then like your Facebook is literally your worst nightmare. Because Mark Zuckerberg has stolen everything you've ever known or cared about.
Yep.
So I want to switch gears a little bit. So a lot of naysayers, negative Nancy's, or whatever you want to call them, it's like, okay, you're famous on TikTok. Now what? What does that do for you? How do you monetize this? How do you do things on it? I imagine you would have kind of a better perspective of what that looks like. So, let our audiences know what happens after,
I mean, a couple things happened for me, and then there's other things I'm like waiting for, and I feel like if I work just a little bit harder, even though I'm still working really hard, that it'll happen. But I've gotten a few, like, I'm an ambassador for a few brands. Like, one of my favorites is the Third Eye, which is contacts, like colored contacts, and I'm a cosplayer, so like it saved me a lot of money getting 4 or 5 sets sent to me for free. All I have to do is, tag them in videos and all that stuff, which I do all the time. It saved me so much. That, and I got a new management team. I'm now with Premier League Entertainment, which is awesome. They represent people like King Bach from YouTube, and KSI from the UK.
That's cool.
It's like I've gotten a few cool things. I'm just waiting for either like a blue check mark or something. That, and because of my following, a lot of people are super interested in just using me as a model for things like mocap, which I've always wanted to get into. And
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And if you have a decent following, or you just want to do it, I have a connect, and I'm making a list of people to join me while doing it, which is really cool.
Sign me
she's
up.
like, what? Oh my God.
I've always wanted to do it. Sorry.
It's so cool. I'm really excited. I'm actually doing it tomorrow as a tester.
Ooh,
That's so cool.
Very cool. Wow. Like, Shannon, do you have any questions about anything going on?
Yeah, just as a person who identifies as female on the internet,
Same.
how do you handle? Because I know, especially when we put ourselves out there, we get a lot of love, but also a lot of hate. How do you deal with all of those super, maybe sometimes scary? I don't know what your experience has been. Like, how do you deal with all of those haters?
I have a few ways of handling them. Yeah. The first one is one of my segments I call dramatic readings from my DM, where I screenshot the DMs, the appropriate ones. You can't see the rated R ones because they've been banned.
Got a whole folder.
I have like
dicks.
55 videos out, 70,000 in my drafts, and just a bunch. And I get them literally every other day, and it's asking for nudes, or I have a couple death threats in there. It just kind of comes with being known. That, and I can like revenge in a way and make it beneficial for myself. Like as a joke, I'm in OnlyFans and I'm in the top 4% of creators, and I haven't even shown a nip. It's the funniest thing I have ever done.
That's so funny.
Feels good.
Well, how's your the dramatic readings go?
I go, it is time for a dramatic reading from my DMs. And then I read the DM and then I make a really funny comment at the end. And that's usually what gets people to hopefully hit the like button.
So I guess what you would say is, in terms of your strategy, is it kind of like a button thing? It like, you always kind of put like a button on at the end of your videos that kind of help people go, oh, that's so funny, I want to see more right away.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, it's like not everybody has to deal with the gross DMs that I have to deal with. Not everybody gets 1,000 peck-a-portraits sent to the DMs every other day, but I do, and I feel like it's partially a revenge thing to make myself feel better about it because I have to deal with it. I might as well make something out of it. And then the other part is just like, look, guys, look what you're being dumb. You're being dumb. Look at this stupid thing. Stop it. Just stop it. And it just feels a lot better to just kind of shine light on it.
Put up a mirror and say, hey, this is you.
Because there's tons of guys who agree with me. They're like, yeah, that's really gross. I feel really bad about my like species. And I'm like, yeah, you should.
It's like a force field of shame.
Yeah.
Force field of shame. I love it.
I feel like I feel like that would be a really great D&D spell. You should make that into a D&D spell.
Force field of shame!
And it just like the more evil they are, like by alignment, the more shame they feel. And it just
I'm not gonna lie, like Shell of Shame might be my new spell that I make.
And what you could do is like that would knock off their constitution and their charisma by like -4.
Absolutely.
Kenzie would love
and
that.
they get disadvantage on all their fucking saves.
Like their
diplomacy
they just see an
checks. Image of their mother or father, whichever one hated them more.
Yeah, it's kind of like Tadashi's hideous laughter. Instead of laughing, they're gonna be sobbing because they're so.
Oh yeah, no, like
Tasha's hideous sobbing.
I just imagine like a dragon just getting hit with a coat of shame or something. He's like, I'm a terrible shit dragon. He just like flies away.
My horn is nothing. Shut the fuck up! Did you say that at the same time? Oh, that's fucking.
You guys are disgustingly adorable.
Wait till we have babies.
I'm waiting for the look. It's not there. Okay. You passed the test.
A healthy relationship. Look at this.
No, yeah. No, I'm gonna throw a baby in that relatively.
Why do you throw it? Can we like gently saunter
No,
it?
I'm gonna
it's
far of a baby.
No, that baby has to be yeeted. Straight yeeted.
Yote. It is yote.
Yote.
I'm gonna
More like ow.
Youch!
Youch!
All right. I'm gonna.
That's how babies work, right?
So, I think we're gonna move on from this. Do we have any final notes or questions for Katie before we move on?
You have a really awesome channel, and I love you. All right.
Okay, that is what the last thing. Again, where can our 5 simps here find you?
Yes. Well, honestly, the best thing I can do right now is telling you just go to my TikTok. On my profile is a thing called a link tree, and it's got everything from sexy to cosplay. So,
Freckled Hobo.
Freckled Hobo.
You have to say what it is first, and then you say what.
I mean, I've said it like 5 times. If they're not paying attention by now, they're not paying attention. All right.
The question.
Well, Katie, thank you for joining us. We're not ending yet. This is just a simple thanks for Katie.
I was gonna go get a snack. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. We only have one more. We have one more thing before we sign off.
Hell yeah.
And that would be the hills we die on.
Oh my! I have a bunch.
Hell yeah.
So this is a show. This is a segment about totally and absolutely unreasonable things that we have fought over the course of the years. And just kind of talking and arguing the shit about these things that we want to die on. I think I'll Zach, do you wanna go first on this one?
Sure. I'll make this super easy. I think Jennifer's Body is a fucking phenomenal movie. And I know that I listen. I know that Jennifer's Body is a bad movie, objectively. Like if you look at like the core components of what a movie is, it is bad. However, if you take it for what it is a piece of trash. It was a beautiful piece. I love some trash, and I love that trash. It has a great soundtrack. It is culturally relevant. It is hilarious. It actually treats bad people the way they would actually treat. There is a scene where you have like the bad guy floating over the water, and she's like, "Bitch, I can fly," and the other character is like, "You're not flying, you're levitating," and she's like, "That's kind of flying," and that is the funniest fucking shit. Jennifer's Body is a masterpiece of subjective hilarity based specifically on our generation. Like if you are between like 28 and like 35, you get it. It is just right there. It's so funny. It is spot on.
It's just a piece of collective good one-liners.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
But it's not a good movie.
It's
a quotable thing, but
that's
not the good
fine.
thing to watch.
You can love a thing that is not great. Like I know it's not going to win an Oscar, but I love what it did to me. And what it did to me is make me laugh and then smile a lot. Yeah, take me off my hill, bitch.
Okay, actually, the one thing with Jennifer's Body, it is like one of the things that me and all of my bi friends talk about like, hey, so this movie was like my gay awakening. That was basically it. That's what it was for me. I was like, wow, she's hot.
You mean it wasn't Cruel Intentions like everyone else?
Nah.
Bulls. Jennifer's Body. I saw maybe once, and I think we lost you guys. Oh,
I think you pressed mute.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Adam explained to me in the quietness exactly what we were doing because I got confused and thought we had to say how we want to die from something that's happening in the world. And I was like, oh, for sure. I didn't understand what was happening.
Not quite. But let's see.
I love my smart girlfriend.
In terms of Jennifer's Body, I honestly don't really have much of opinion. I like the one watch was because I was such a huge fan of Megan Fox, like literally everyone else at the time.
Same.
I'll just give you a slight.
Everyone.
I'll just give you a slight frown, and then I'll just gotta move on from that.
Yeah, well, I'll kick you off my hill, bitch.
The hill isn't that big.
It's a big old hill.
It's like a molehill.
Like a little rack.
This was just light. Just wait till I get to my like
King
mountains.
of the Rock.
When I throw you off Everest, it's gonna be a weird thing.
So, okay, Shannon, what hill are you died on today?
It's one I've died on since the TV series aired. I'm going with the first one that I wrote down in our list of things that I have a long list. So if we continue on with the segment, there's very many I have to die on.
You have one.
I know. Zuko should have ended up with Earth Kingdom Girl. He totally lit up the entire freaking like corridor, blindfolded her.
I know what it's
May. Okay, so I get like I wish that they had given me more for like falling in love with May's character and having her like be someone I would have liked to see Zuko with, but that guy did a complete 180 in personality. He deserves a girl who was sweet and kind to him, and he literally did so much for this Earth Kingdom girl who I can't even remember her name. Nobody remembers her name, but
no one wants to throw you off this hill. We're all on this hill with you.
Yeah, we're defending this hill to the death.
I'm just like, he should have ended up with her because they would have been so cute. She's like, oh, you like you got burnt and you're so sweet. And that was like the first time Zuko was ever sweet to somebody too in the entire series. I was like, why won't you get married? And they ended up with super, like, I mean, you know, May had kind of character development, but not really. I feel like they should have just made me be okay with it with more story. But you know what? They can only do so much.
And I mean, it's Aang's story, unfortunately, because I would watch a whole Zuko show.
I'd watch a Sokka everything. I'm a Sokka fan girl. So, like,
well, Sokka's a thug. Sokka's the coolest person. When Sokka trips balls in the desert, I like emotionally was like, I get it. I am Sokka. Like, I totally understand.
When I first watched the series, I was like, wow, like when Zuko cut his hair and he was like all emo, I was like, wow, I love him. Rewatching it, I was like, wow, he's just like really emotionally unavailable. Sokka is the man for me. This himbo. He's like, oh no, like I messed up. I had a girl kick my butt. Suki? Okay. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Sokka can learn. Sokka can get it. Of course,
okay.
not actually, because he's underage and I'm like 25, and that's freaking weird.
No, you nailed it. You're
Oh
spot on.
man.
What about you, Katie? What hill are you dying on today?
I don't know. I like so many things. I literally am sitting here and I'm like, I could do a show. Oh, but she just did a show. I could do like food, but that's fucking boring. I was like, I can't think of anything.
Okay, I'll come back to you.
Okay.
The hill that I'm dying on today is not only do I like DLC content, I think it's absolutely fucking necessary. Because here's the thing. I understand that nobody wants to pay $30 for a game they've already fucking bought. Yeah, I get it. It sucks. But here's the thing. Like, think of Witcher 3, for example.
Yes.
Witcher 3 had some absolutely magnifique DLC. Absolutely just gorgeous. I mean, Toussaint is just lovely, and like everything is just lovely. But also, I can do this for a million different things. I can do this for Fallout 4, like the Dark Harbor was great. The third one also had some really good ones, and I understand that people just don't want to download more content and pay more content, but it keeps your story that you love going, and I think that's the biggest reason why I'll die on that hill. But also, I understand that microtransaction DLCs are bullshit, because there's two stories to the side. There's EA, and then there's Red Project. Like there's two wide berths of school of thought here. And for me, I'm on the school of thought of, if this game is incredible and you want to put a DLC to expand this story, give it to me. I will pay. Here's infinity money. Just do it. I want it. And I'll die on that hill. I will die on this hill.
Totally agree.
Because for me, my favorite game of all time is Fallout New Vegas. All time. I love New Vegas. It is.
Did you blow it up or not?
Of course not. How dare you?
Oh, I blew it up.
Oh, no, that was 3 though. That was 3, and I did not blow
New
it
Vegas? New Vegas was when you blew up the town.
No, that was 3.
Was that 3?
That was 3.
How dare you
Am
be
I
wrong?
having a stroke right now?
You might be. But yeah, no,
wouldn't be shocked.
I did not blow it up. I did not blow up the town because I thought to myself, wow, this is a dick move, even for a video game. like there's so many people here. Why would I do that?
They're not real.
Although, if you want to spoil it for me, did they all turn into ghouls? Is that what happened? Is it like a ghoul town now, or is it just gone?
I mean, it changes. The town becomes less of a point of action, and it becomes like more of like how people talk to you through the rest of it and how the rest of the world works. It's also been 12 years. I don't remember exactly. I just remember the shame I felt. I remember literally like leaving afterwards and being like,
honestly,
I don't feel good about this. Because like normally I'm all good. Like I always go like Infamous went good, Fable went good. Like all the games with the morality thing I went good. But in Fallout, for whatever reason, I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill 100,000 people.
Dude,
and then afterwards, I like threw up and had to cry for 2 hours. Like
there is no game that shames you more for your actions than Fallout, with the exception of maybe Mass Effect. Like these games, they make you feel bad for doing bad things.
Good.
Fable was pretty rough. Do you remember Fable, to where like if you started being bad, you'd walk through town and they'd like throw fruit at you? And you'd be like, yeet, yeet from our town.
I've never played it. I know about it, and I've been waiting.
Fable was good.
I've been waiting for them to reboot that shit forever.
They've been talking about it for a decade.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Anyway, I have stalled enough time, Katie.
Shannon, Shannon plays a lot of games.
We thought
How do you
of things.
feel?
We thought of things together. Are you ready? Okay, so he actually wrote this in one of the shows that we worked on together for my character because it is life. Sauce is life on everything. If it's not mushy, it ain't coming out my tushy. Like I want mush food every time. I want soft chicken. I want soft tacos, soft everything, and then covered in sauce.
Huh.
What exactly is your Hold on.
Sauce is life. Food is not food without
No,
sauce.
I get what she's trying to say. Sauce. Here's the thing. Sauce works, but
Hold
not
on, I
on
gotta go yell at my dog.
everything.
Yes, it does.
Milk it.
But it depends on the sauce, because like syrup is a sauce.
Milk it.
Syrup
I
is a
guess.
sauce.
Syrup.
Creamy, drippy cheese is a sauce.
I mean, you're not.
Oh, I'm not wrong.
Um,
It did drippy on the nippy.
Okay,
Just kidding.
so if I were to, so I'm gonna come up with some foods right now. You tell me what sauce is.
I'm Charmy. Let's go.
She's been waiting for this all her life. So okay, cereal. What sauce goes on cereal?
Milk is sauce.
It's not though.
Okay, honey. That's a sauce.
Okay.
Milton is full of
Okay.
food, right?
Hmm. So no hard foods whatsoever, like no Jolly Ranchers, no hot
What about
dogs.
chips?
Sorry.
Which
My
one?
dog's outside.
Chips?
Like tortilla chips. I mean,
I dip chips in queso. I dip chips in salsa, in guacamole. Oh, fuck, what else do I do? Barbecue sauce, mustard.
You dip.
Uh,
If you dip a chip in mustard near me, I will break
it's
up.
so
Okay.
good.
Wait. Let us be clear really freaking quick though. A condiment is not a sauce. It is
How
a
are you
condiment.
using said condiment? If it's
What do you
just
mean by
on
that?
something,
I don't like what you said. I don't like you because of what you said. A condiment
Finally,
is a sauce. It's
a
something
hill,
condiment.
a hill I can kill someone on. No, it is a condiment.
What
It is
if you
not a
dip it?
sauce.
If you dip it in the mustard becomes a dip, therefore a sauce.
Any condiment is just a sauce in a smaller compartment.
No,
Like, what are
okay,
you talking
okay.
about?
I know. Here, I can tell you the difference between a sauce and a condiment right fucking now. The difference between a condiment and a sauce is that a sauce goes over pretty much everything on your item. A condiment is a attributed item, so you only pour it sparingly. Like you're not going to douse your shit in
You
ketchup
telling
or
me
mustard.
You're telling me that when you go to In-N-Out and you get a double, a 4x4 animal style, you don't put a hankering of the dressing, which is a sauce, on
Yes,
the burger, that
it-
it's not dripping down your fingers the way you want it to
You're
be.
just proving my point. It's all
That's
over.
not
It's all
It's a
over the
sauce.
thing. It's all over the thing. It's a sauce. It's not a
really
condiment.
So if I
You're-
dip a chip in mustard, it is no longer a condiment, it's a sauce.
It's only defined as a sauce if you cover the entire chip in the sauce. And
But you
then
could
it's-
That's what I
you could pour anything on the chips and maybe any liquid tasty,
mushy.
a liquid mushy tasty
Oh my
is a sauce and a condiment depending on the
Whoa!
contraption that it comes to you with.
Shannon. Okay, Shannon. Hi, Shannon. What's up? Help me.
Teach us about liquid mushy things.
I'm done.
I'm just trying to catch my bearing right now because there's a lot that just happened right now. And I am not the type of person that puts too much sauce on everything. I like it to be an accent flavor.
You haven't lived!
You're also no longer invited to our house.
I'm so okay.
We have saucy house. We have saucy confidence here.
When you walk in, I just squirt you with barbecue.
Because I feel like if food's supposed to taste good, like let's say you cook like a delicious meal, like the sauce should be an accent flavor. Like let's just say you make a really tasty burger
Boom.
and you have a really tasty burger, but are you gonna slather ketchup all over this like stacked burger that you put all these extra ingredients
Yes.
on because it's a fancy burger, like the black garlic burger? Are you gonna put ketchup on the black garlic burger, Bob's
Yes.
black garlic burger? How could you?
I'm
See,
a saucy bitch.
But
You know
but
what?
Sauce is a choice. Sauce is always
Nah,
a choice.
No,
Sauce is
she's
light,
saying
however,
she's saying
Katie's
it's not a
pure freedom.
choice.
No. Katie is pure freedom. She's chaotic good. You are so Shannon is lawful good.
I'm chaotic evil. Let's be real.
Katie is chaotic good, but they're
I'm
both
chaotic
good.
neutral.
You're chaotic neutral. You think sauce is like, this or that or whatever. Shannon's like sauce should be specifically given to the specific points that it needs.
I'm
to be
not, I'm saying
And
everyone's
Katie's
allowed to
like,
live
why
their
don't I
life.
fire hose fucking everything?
If you want to
If-
fire hose your sauce, do it. Just don't do it to my burger.
With
You
that-
do not want to watch me eat wings then.
It's
Because I
disgusting.
literally take the ranch and scoop the cup out of my finger and just go
It is horrifying.
on the wing.
She hand does sauce. She does sauce with her hands.
In fact, when this episode airs, go to my TikTok. There will be a video posted of me eating wings that I took 3 weeks ago, so it is
I hate it. I
With-
hate the way she eats. It's disgusting to me.
With that being said, you are dying on that hill by yourself.
You
You're
wanna join me
dying
on
on
my
that
I
hill
mean,
by
no,
your
I'm
hill.
a sauce person, and baby, I will get your sauce all over me. I don't mind. But,
Gross.
however, I am not as disgustingly covered in sauce as her. Like after we finish eating wings, she looks like she just went through like a gauntlet. Like she went through Mordor, or she was created like an orc being birthed in Isildur or in Isengard.
How could you get that wrong?
That's a sword. In Isengard, she was like birthed like an old ancient elf soul coming out, and she's like covered in
Covered in
goop, like,
afterbirth,
birthed.
man.
I could have just said
AKA
a baby.
sauce.
Ranch covered afterbirth.
So
Yeah,
ranch.
she's ranched her
Nah,
for
spicy
sure.
ranch
Ranch
is
sugar.
the fucking. Have you ever dipped popcorn in spicy ranch? This bitch right here.
Popcorn spicy ranch.
Ugh.
I'm not gonna lie, she did
It's
kill it. She
so
taught me about popcorn and sauce.
Sauce.
I did not know that popcorn and sauce
Well,
were a
my
thing.
dad puts his
Sriracha.
popcorn in milk and then eats it with a fork like a weird person. I
That's
just drench it in
disgusting. That makes
sauce.
me
no,
hate your
I'll tell you
face.
right now, popcorn and sriracha. Give it a shot.
It's good. No, sriracha and ranch, mix that shit. It's nice and creamy and you
Well,
got
I
a
don't-
spice.
I don't know about that ranch, but I do know about that sriracha though. With that
When are you
being
gonna learn to trust me?
never.
Be smart.
Wow.
I rolled the check intent, and I'm good.
Why is it spicy?
With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up for today's episode. Katie, where can we find you in the world?
Everywhere at Freckled Hobo. Definitely on TikTok because it's got that link tree, yo.
And Zach, where can we find you in the world?
Under a rock, behind the hills, you'll find me if you ask a wizard 3 riddles.
I'm the wizard.
No, I'm on Instagram at CLAPZKLAPP1. Otherwise, I have very little notoriety.
It's true.
But I'll tell you a story if you find me.
Shannon, where can we find you?
You can find me on both TikTok and Twitch at Shanny Bees. That's SHANIBEEZ, Shanny Bees. My Twitch has all of my socials attached to it on my homepage, so just go there.
And you can find me at Slammy Sammy Locke. You can find me on the Instagrams. You can find me on YouTube at Steam Bunny Productions, where I make funny things sometimes, as well as TikTok at Samuel Locke. And then, of course, then there's actual Chuckle Sluts plugs. You can find Chuckle Sluts pretty much on every platform at this point, from Facebook to Twitch to YouTube. Even if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome. But yes, Chuckle Sluts is like Visa card. We're everywhere you want to be. With that being said, thank you all for watching or listening to the show. If you're on Spotify, great. If you're on Anchor, great. We will see you next episode. Latest.
This show is sponsored by Sauce.
I saw.
Get
God
it.
damn it!
I just looked down and saw that she'd written when I'd walked away. If it ain't moosh, it ain't coming out my toosh. Didn't know that was written down. That's a name.